What do you do when millions of dollars of Magic the Gathering product ends up in a landfill? Well, you light it on fire. That's what you got to do, right? Because this dumpster fire doesn't stop here. Well, I got to pull out the Rudy Pikachu shocked face here because apparently someone dumped a ton of Magic the Gathering product in a landfill. Now, where that's the what of the deal is what's there. In particular, these are the booster packs, the 3-pack booster packs you find in a large retail store. Now, I don't know if you guys can see it, but maybe there's some Hot Pockets in there. You know, we've seen the Magic the Gathering Arena crossover with the Gatewatch showing up in Hot Pockets, but this in itself is a little bit more insanity. You can see hundreds of boxes here, but these, I think there's only 12 in a box. So there's 3 times 12. What is it? 24 in one box? Or is it 36? 36 in one box of these 3-packs. At most. These are the ones that go on the shelves. They sell for about $30 for a 3-pack. Modern Horizons 2 is what it looks like to be. Now, these are photos that were posted by the person that originally posted this. They've opened packs up. You can see Modern Horizons 2. You can see some of the retro frames there as well. Now, I believe these might be a Belgian printing. Mostly because the corners are a little bit unshapen with each other, but they're all rounded. American printings, from the looks of it, have more almost angled. They are still rounded, but they're not as neatly rounded, almost to a point some days, depending on how badly they print them at the facility. And Japanese cards, the corners tend to be a lot more evenly rounded overall. Also, if you go onto eBay, you look up the packaging for Modern Horizons 2, and it says packaged in or made in Belgium. That doesn't mean it was packaged in Belgium. That actually means that the cards were printed there and then shipped, and it would have been shipped to a facility in the Americas to then be repacked and distributed to the stores. Now, these would have been the packs you would have seen in Walmart and Target. Now, the big question is how did it get here? Well, obviously, the dump date for the distributor came up and gone. So they no longer can sit on this in the warehouse. Now, why is that the case? Well, back in May 2021, a month before Modern Horizons 2 came out in June 2021. Well, there was a little detail that happened back in May 2021, and people were getting weapons drawn on them over selling of this product in Target and Walmart. So they had temporarily halted the sales of Magic the Gathering product in these stores, which included these packs. That's back in May. Fast forward to June, now Modern Horizons 2 is sitting in a distribution warehouse where it cannot make it to market. It has no streamline to market. Well, those times have come and gone. Some Walmarts still sell products, some Targets maybe sell products, but they generally just stopped selling them because of this situation that unfolded where people were showing up to these stores and literally threatening staff in some cases to try and get this before street market date. It's one of the reasons why Wizards of the Coast no longer has a street market date. The second it shows up at the stores, they now sell it. Where is this? Well, that's a little bit more nuance. Through some sleuthing, I have an idea where this is, but I'm not going to reveal the location because I don't want to push people to try and locate this, because I think this is one of those situations where people are going to put themselves in harm's way. By time this is now on the market, it's going to be buried by 2 feet dirt, 2 feet more of absolute garbage. It will be completely ruined. This is like the ET cartridge of Atari being found years later in a landfill. One of the most worthless games that ever came out on Atari. They overprinted it and oversaturated the market. It mostly went to the landfill instead of going out to market. And this is one of those situations. They don't have a market that they could turn around and sell these at. They don't want these to show up in a dollar store because that's where they might belong, especially considering Modern Horizons 2 had fetch lands in a retro border frame in them. So there is a lot of value in these things, and what better to do than to dump it where the value will remain strong. That is part of this. They can't sell this on the market, open market now, because no one wants these 3 draft packs. Someone would rather go out there and buy a sealed booster box instead of these. And that's one of the reasons why you still see this today. I know someone, namely Rudy, probably would have bought all of these pennies on the dollar. Now, what they would have paid for this compared to what they paid to have them go to the landfill is probably a lot less. They would have had to have paid someone to take these off their hands, and that's probably why it ended up in the landfill. On top of that, they probably had, once this date hits, it's gone, it's destroyed, whatever. You zoom in closer on this, mainly where this tractor is. Let's bring this up. You can see there's more boxes of this. I believe this is more than 6 pallets. There's probably 10 to 12 pallets in total that has been placed in this landfill. You can see from right around here, if you can see my mouse still, right around here, all the way up to the dump, to the loader, you can see these boxes are littered throughout this landfill. You can see them back on the wheels getting torn up by these wheels. You can see them they're completely being destroyed. Now, it's also been pointed out, what is it? This box right down here, where it has imperial markings for the size weight of the cartridge, which would be mostly done in America, because you guys are still on the imperial system, even though it's a flawed system. Most of the rest of the world is caught up with the metric system. I don't know why Americans need to sit there and continue to use the imperial system, although I am an electrician. So in my trade, I use both, because that's what we have to do. It is a lot easier to say a foot compared to a meter when you're trying to measure stuff. So I do understand. But that said, this is a giant waste of product. The dumpster fire of Magic the Gathering continues, and Hasbro has egg on their face over this. It might be a soggy, slimy little egg, but yeah, this is not a good look for the game. Thanks for watching. I'm your proud Canadian Phoenix Cineshadow. I'm signing off here. Don't forget to like and subscribe.